Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're talking about one of my favorite chops that I use all the time, and I'm simply going to call it the groove chop because it's so groovy and it sits in the backbeat so well. So let's dive right in. It's a 16th note chop, and it is basically two small patterns smushed together. I've talked about it before in some of my YouTube videos, but I'm really going to dive in this lesson. So the first part of it is a 3/2. If you're not familiar with that term, it simply means 3 hands over 2 feet. So right, left, right, kick, kick. And the second part is a 2/1, right, left, kick. Okay, so by themselves, it's simply like this. Okay, so right, kick, kick, right, left, kick. All right, so what really makes this interesting is the placement and then the pattern. So we're actually going to start this fill on the and of 4, and we're going to play it twice through, and we're going to add 2 singles on the end to get it back to 1. It'll make sense in a second. And then the other thing is we're going to play it all on the hi-hat except for the 2/1, the left hand on the 2/1 we're going to play on the snare. Okay, so let me play that really slow, piece it all together, and you'll see what I mean.
1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and
Okay, so again, I call it the groove chop because you keep the backbeat. You keep that 2 and 4 backbeat in there. So let's speed it up a little bit, and you can see how it grooves.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and
Okay, so you can see, really groovy. Now, the second aspect of this, that's basically straight on as a groove. Now, I'm going to move this around the kit, and that's where it's going to really become like a backbeat groove because it's going to incorporate the toms, but we're going to keep that snare on the backbeat, and it's going to sound great. So, the easiest way to do this, the way to kind of get into it and feel most comfortable, is to just kind of walk this around the drum. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the hi-hat as I did, but on the last note of the 3/1, I'm going to move to the first tom. Okay, and then I'm going to stay here, and then the next time around, I move the last note down. So, okay, so I'm basically just moving it around the kit sequentially as I go through the pattern. So let's play that really slow, and you can see the placement.
1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 each and 3 each and 4 each and 1 each and 2 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4
Okay, so obviously you don't have to play it at that placement. You can move that all around the kit. Now, the next level of this, the whole time we've been keeping that snare on the backbeat, which is great. But if you move the snare to another place in that pattern, all of a sudden it sounds like a completely different feel. So for instance, if I move that snare to the third strike of the 3/2, now all of a sudden we kind of have a backwards feeling beat. So let me show you what that sounds like. Okay, so all the same pattern, but I'm moving the placements around, I'm moving that snare around, and that snare is really what gives it kind of a different feel, right? The more I move the snare, the more unique it sounds every time. So that placement gets moved all over the place. So again, this is the quick, just simple, really easy groove chop. Hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'd be happy to answer them. Maybe give you a little more in-depth discussion about this. But hope you enjoyed this. Hope you can use this and add this to your playing pretty quickly. And hopefully we'll see you guys in another video.